Welcome to MoonPhase Markets. You need to hear this if you're an investor looking to make some serious gains from cannabis stocks. I'm talking about strategic investments in companies that are positioned to explode when cannabis is federally rescheduled in the US, potentially as early as 2025. But which ones could go insane from here? Let's talk about it. First up, we've got TRUL Cannabis, trading on the Canadian Securities Exchange ticker TRUL.2 and over-the-counter as TSND. TRUL is a big deal in the cannabis space, and for good reason. They're one of the largest multi-state operators in the US, dominating the Florida market. TRUL went all in on Florida, building a massive presence with over 100 dispensaries across the state. They understood the market, the regulations, and executed flawlessly. That's why they're the #1 cannabis retailer in the Sunshine State. But TRUL isn't just about Florida anymore. They've been expanding into other states, grabbing licenses and building out their footprint. They're in Arizona, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, you name it. Why am I so bullish on TRUL? First, they're profitable. Unlike a lot of cannabis companies out there that are still burning through cash, TRUL is already in the black. Second, they've got a rock-solid management team. The people running TRUL know what they're doing. And third, TRUL is perfectly positioned to capitalize on cannabis rescheduling. When federal regulations ease up, TRUL is going to be in the driver's seat. They've got the scale, the experience, and the resources to expand rapidly and become a true cannabis powerhouse. If rescheduling hits, they could lead the next wave of cannabis blue chips. Next up, let's talk about CURLF Holdings, trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange ticker CURA.2 and over-the-counter as CURLF. CURLF is another major player in the cannabis space, taking a different approach than TRUL. While TRUL focused on dominating Florida, CURLF went wide, establishing a massive presence across the United States. They've got operations in over 20 states, with over 130 dispensaries serving millions of customers. CURLF isn't just about size. They're vertically integrated, controlling every step of the process from seed to sale. This vertical integration gives them a lot of control over their supply chain, which is crucial in the cannabis industry. CURLF isn't just focused on the US market. They're also making big moves in Europe, where cannabis legalization is gaining momentum. They've already established a presence in several European countries and are looking to expand further. Why am I so high on CURLF? First, they're the global leader in cannabis. They've got a massive footprint in the US, expanding rapidly in Europe, and are well-positioned to become a global cannabis powerhouse. Second, CURLF is incredibly well-funded. They've raised billions of dollars in capital, giving them a huge war chest to fund their expansion plans. And third, CURLF is a bet on the long-term growth of the cannabis industry. With a strong retail and wholesale footprint, they're poised to benefit immediately from tax relief and investor inflows. Now let's shift gears and talk about a smaller player with huge upside potential. TSND, trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange ticker TSND and over-the-counter as TSNDF. Unlike TRUL and CURLF, which are already giants, TSND is more of a rising star. TSND is a force to be reckoned with. They've got a strong presence in some of the most lucrative cannabis markets in the US, including Pennsylvania and New Jersey. TSND is very strategic about where they operate, choosing states with limited license availability and high barriers to entry. This gives them a competitive advantage and allows them to command premium pricing. What sets TSND apart is their focus on profitability. Unlike some cannabis companies that are all about growth at all costs, TSND is laser-focused on generating cash flow. They've consistently achieved positive EBITDA, which is rare in the cannabis industry. Why am I excited about TSND? They're a pure-play bet on US cannabis legalization. They're not distracted by international markets or other ventures. They're all in on the US, and they're positioned to benefit immensely from rescheduling. TSND is a growth and value play. They're growing rapidly, but they're also profitable. This is a rare combination in the cannabis space, making them a very attractive investment opportunity. TSND is led by a seasoned management team with a proven track record of success. They've got exposure to major markets like Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and are focused on profitability and growth. Finally, let's talk about a company that's been quietly building a cannabis empire. Green Thumb Industries, trading on the Canadian Securities Exchange as GTII and over-the-counter as GTBIF. Green Thumb is a vertically integrated cannabis operator with a presence in 15 states, known for their operational excellence. Unlike some cannabis companies that are all over the place, Green Thumb is incredibly focused. They've got a deep understanding of the markets they operate in, and they've built strong brands that resonate with consumers. One of the things that sets Green Thumb apart is their commitment to quality. They control every step of the process from cultivation to retail, maintaining the highest standards. It shows in their products, which are consistently ranked among the best in the industry. Green Thumb isn't just about quality, they're also incredibly efficient. They've built a lean and mean operation focused on generating profits. In fact, they're one of the most profitable cannabis companies in the world. Green Thumb is a well-oiled machine. They've got a proven track record of success, operational excellence, and financial soundness. A top bet for a post-rescheduling surge. So there you have it, my 4 top picks for cannabis stocks that could explode after rescheduling. These companies are all leaders in their own right, and they're positioned to benefit immensely from the continued growth of the cannabis industry. Subscribe for more cannabis investing insights. Like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you're holding any cannabis stocks or waiting for the right moment. The green rush might just be around the corner. Remember, this is not financial advice, just my own opinion and research. Always do your own due diligence before investing in anything.